Okay, so we've made it back from Australia just in time. Now, I don't know if you guys have had a chance to look at the Australian trip, but it was crazy. The highlights are insane. This is a really cool clutch. I don't know what we have in it. It's cut, a lot of the eggs are cut. Tim's been back watching the whole, keeping the whole place down. All you IGT people, TV people out there, I hope you're ready for this. I see that there's one egg I'm a little bit concerned about, but we've been watching them very carefully. They've been cutting their way out. So all these are pretty much cut, but we haven't seen what's in them yet. So let's see here. And so
that's why you gotta cut eggs.
You guys wonder why you have to cut eggs. We thought we watched it close enough, and it had a little cut, but even with a little cut, this guy did not make it. So if you're one of the people that are really down on cutting eggs, this guy here doesn't agree with you, this one right there. I personally don't have it in me to not have everyone make it that should be able to make it. I've had baby twins that were really runty turn out to be the strongest snakes in the whole clutch. So I know Mother Nature has its own way of calling, but we're not in the wild. This is captivity. These snakes' parents weren't in the wild. These snakes' parents' weren't in the wild. And in some cases, these great grandparents weren't in the wild. So these are not wild snakes. These are captive born and bred here at the reptile zoo. And let's look at the more positive side now. So we have this clutch of eggs. We did find out that this one here did not make it because it did not get help getting out of the egg. The good news is everybody else has cut their eggs plenty big. This guy's out. Must be in the.
He didn't want to. Yeah.
So a couple of them. So he come out early. So let's look at some of these snakes. So these are reticulated pythons. And there's an albino reticulated python. A lot of these are albinos. Not everyone's an albino because the parenting. This is what you call white phase albino. And now the next thing people wonder, like, why would you take them out of the egg? Well, you don't usually take them out of the egg. And let me show you. This one's not ready to come out of the egg because you see right there, that's its umbilical cord. So it hasn't absorbed its yolk. But I don't take them out of the egg. I let them take themselves out of the egg. The only thing I do is basically ensure that they have a good breathing air hole and everything's right. So this one, I do look at the umbilical cord for one of the other reasons a lot of people don't know is the umbilical cords get tangled up. And there's a lot of reasons why they die in the wild. A lot of people don't know how they die. Matter of fact, I just got completely schooled. I was in Australia and we were pulling crocodile eggs for what they have like a harvesting type thing. And we were harvesting the eggs and they were telling me, oh, well, these eggs have been out for a week too long, so in the wild, and they're gonna be bad. We get to the nest, sure enough, we open the nest up, almost every single egg is dead. And so what they do is they pull the eggs early enough that where they're actually, what they're really doing is taking eggs that are gonna die in the wild and using them to maintain the, all the different kinds of industries that work off of crocs. And meanwhile, the croc population is just growing and doing very well. So there's a lot to things that people don't understand. That the wild is a very, very, very scary place where animals don't all make it. So now I can tell this one's ready to come out. So I am actually going to pull this out so I can show you the difference. So you see, the reason why I know it's going to come out is I felt the belly button. Right there is the belly button. So that thing that had the umbilical cord is right there. It's completely ready to go. So this snake has no reason to be in the egg. And I prefer them not to stay in the egg because the egg is full of its embryonic juices and rotting, decaying flesh in real life. Because as soon as they start hatching, oh, this guy just bit me. Look at him. This guy here is ready to go. I don't even need to open his egg because he has plenty of holes in it. So I'm going to cut this one little piece for him just for kicks. There you go. Because I have also had them get stuck in the egg and they can die that way too. They get their head out, it chokes around their head. They don't get a breath. So here you go, guys. Look at that. Is that cool or what? Look at the pattern on that. It's very, very nice looking. That's a tiger, obviously het stripe, obviously het anthrax, I would say. Tim's shaking his head, and he's the pro of all pros. He spends all his time working and breeding. I get to run in and out because Tim's around. I get to run in and out and play with them all the time. Of course, I've done it longer than Tim, but Tim's really done it longer than me, even though the years aren't there. He's passed me up in time of actually working. Hey, that one there is really, he's a rock and roller. He reminds me of some of the crocodiles. So anyway, so we're gonna just see what's in them, kind of make sure they got a nice big air hole in them, and it's just to make sure they don't get locked in. So look at that. So this is a different color phase of albino, and it's called a mochino. And this mochino, see, this one's just finished up. So that's just like a little bit of stuff left there. You can see it's pretty much gone. I'm gonna take it out so I can show you this beautiful snake. Look at that. So that slime really just starts to decay and gets nasty. So we don't like that on them. So we'll probably go through and remove some of these babies and get them all ready, rinsed off, set them up in their enclosures. The amazing part about reticulated pythons is, unlike a lot of snakes, the snakes lay their eggs and leave. Reticulated pythons stay till this point right here. As soon as they start hatching, they loosen their coils and the babies crawl out of the eggs and go their own way. So the pythons are a lot different. They're literally maternal with their babies. So it's pretty amazing. So this is another white phase albino. Now this is a tiger. Oh, that's a tiger anthrax, right? Mm-hmm. So that's a tiger anthrax right there. And wow, it's got a really nice pattern. It's an albino white phase tiger anthrax, and is ready to come out. See the little dots? That's a few hours away. I'll probably just leave it in just because I'm tired. I got jet lag. I just landed. You guys need to go find some of that content we made in Australia. It's going to be, a lot of it isn't posted yet, so it'll be going up. But man, oh man, oh man, it was a trip of a lifetime. I've got to play with animals that were so crazy. I say play, but educate and find cool things out about animals I didn't know. And there you go. There's a little possible double hat, and these snakes here are carrying a lot of different genes. So they have the ability of carrying two types of albino. They have what was the mother? No, they're both double hats. One was a double hat. So basically, the mom is carrying one form of albino, and the father's carrying two forms of albino. See, it's ready to come out too. And so that's why we're able to get, boy, that is really a good looking anthrax.
It's just a normal anthrax.
Is it?
Yeah, that's why we're not used to seeing them, because everything we had for tigers.
Wow, that is really different. I thought its tail was tiger. Wow, that is a really cool anthrax.
I could be wrong.
No, you're right, but look at how beautiful its tail is.
Yeah.
That is gorgeous.
That is beautiful.
So what it is, it's hat striped too, because it has a complete belly stripe. It's going to bite you. This guy already bit me over here. So everybody's looking really good here, and these were basically naturally cut themselves. Unfortunately, like I was showing you guys, bad stuff happens when you completely let them do it themselves. So we try to prevent that from happening. That guy's trying to prevent me from getting in here.